Going on, guys? Happy Saturday night. Hanging out here in the garage, and actually just got back. I took the scooter out. I actually have driven on it all day, and what's going on, Logan? I've driven out for all day. I've probably been on this thing for 3-4 hours, and it's worked okay, but oh, I gotta move you guys here. So, hanging out. Oh, I dropped my thing. Got the buddy heater going. You guys are actually sitting against the buddy heater there, but Logan, that's a good point. I am supposed to be at the tent. What's going on, Josh? What happened was we got some snow here on Thursday evening, and then Friday it kind of traveled north and hit my dad, and and he had texted me and said, hey, if you don't want to come up, I understand, because I was going to drive up there this morning and bring the pop-up camper, but after watching that video that he posted and knowing how much snow he got, I said, no, I think just got to make sure you guys don't get too warm here. No, I don't think I think it's best if I don't go, because we're going to set up a stand, yada, 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 and it just wouldn't have worked with that much snow, so I opted not to. So that's kind of how that went. So instead, today I brought this in, I got the title transferred since I just got that, and I put insurance on it. This scooter here, she's expensive for insurance, $100 a year, which comes out to like $8.30-something cents. I think it's 32 cents a month. So that's cheap. And I've driven on it all day, and I checked the gas on it, and I've used like that much gas in that tank. So, you know, they do say they get like ridiculously good gas mileage, and that's the truth. I'm just kind of organizing you guys here. 1 second. My dad's ground blind, that is, I'm going to imagine, I think he said something about Menards, so he might have got it at Menards. I got to figure out something else for you guys. Hold on here. This buddy heater's hot, and I don't need to melt my phone. There we go. That's a little better. How about that, guys? Let's see. Oh yeah, and Sam's at the concert right now. I think there's a Alan Jackson concert going on. So, where did your dad's have a book on his trail cam? Yeah. Are you going to shoot a doe this year? I don't know. In honesty, I haven't really done a whole lot of research on what that's a long one. Are you or your dad going to shoot a deer you see this year? It's been a while since y'all gotten anything. Are you going to wait for a buck? I personally, I never wait. My dad's waited in the past, but I never wait. If I can take a doe or a buck, and I were to see, you know, whatever comes out. Honestly, I've heard doe is just a better quality meat. So I'm not waiting for a big deer. I normally only get up there for opener. Oh, bummer. I only get up there for opener anyway, so I kind of have to take what I can get, if I can get anything. But am I gonna put snow tires on the moped? No, but upon further inspection, they're a little bit, oh my gosh. Upon further inspection, they're a little bit cracked here and there. I mean, I filled them up with air and they're doing fine, so not a big deal. But sometime, maybe this winter, I want to change these, and I want to get like a mini bike tire on them, something with a little bit of tread, just because I would like to take it off-road, not heavy off-road, but, you know, just down dirt roads and stuff. How goes it? It's going good, Mitch. Yeah, but she's running okay. It's just it keeps. Maybe you guys will know, but it keeps cutting out. So you be driving like that's the only way I can explain it. And all day I've been tuning that carb, and I adjusted the idle, and I think it might be something to do with the jet. I might have to get in there and do more work, but I have to do more research on it because I can understand it, but for me to just dig in and I really need to know exactly what to do, if that makes sense. So and then the other issue that I've been having today is I went to Coburn's to get my steak, and I went to the gas station to get my coffee, and it starts up when it's cold just fine when it's here, and then I drive there and I shut it off. I hop back on it, and it's like I could turn it over forever and it would not start. But then all I do, I learned it at Coburn's, you just give it a couple kicks, and it eventually will start when it doesn't want to. And I think, what I'm thinking, it'll probably start this way. Yeah. What I'm thinking it is, I think it has something to do with that battery not getting, not being as big as it's supposed to or something. Like if it could just turn over the motor faster, it would work better. Hey Dawson. I don't have any food plot tips because we don't really do those. Knobby tires on your moped would be great. Now I want one. You know what? I took this thing out. I got some flack on that video because I said, oh, it'll go 50. I think I was looking. This thing is kilometers an hour, and underneath it is miles an hour, and 50 is about 36 in miles an hour. So when I said 50, I think I was looking at like 35, 36, and I just said the wrong thing. Obviously, this thing will not go 50 without a ton of work to it, but when it winds out and it's running good, it actually goes somewhere between 30 and 35, which is pretty good. So after watching some of the latest tent videos, it seems like someone set up a blind close to your family. Has that happened before? And if so, how does it work? Awesome hoodie. Thank you. It's happened. And it's happened before, and it's never a big deal. We're all there for the same goal of getting a deer. So it's happened with duck hunting, it's happened with deer hunting, and it just is what it is, really. You just kind of work around it, right? As long as everyone's respectful, it's not a big deal. Am I gonna get a four-wheeler? Someday I hope to. I mean, I would love one now, but they're a little bit spendy to get into. It seems like I've yet to find like a super great deal, but I know Sam would love to have a four-wheeler, and I would too. So if the right deal comes along or whatever, yeah, I think we'd certainly get one. I'm just organizing some of these sockets here because it's a mess. I made a mess of my things. So give me a minute here to get these in there, but I texted my dad a little bit today. He seems to be doing good up there, but it was kind of just a good executive decision. Like it's already gonna take me 4 to 5 hours to drive all the way up to the tent, and if it's heavy snow like I would imagine it is up there, it would probably take me 5 to 6 hours, and I was planning on leaving at I was planning on leaving at 7. So by the time I get up there, you're talking it's 1 or 2. We have to eat lunch, and then by the time you actually get out there and do anything, it's 3 or 4. So your daylight hours are not very much. Does it have a magneto, the moped? Mine did, but it was a little older. How long is your dad going to be up there for? I don't know how long my dad's going to be up there for. I can't remember. He told me, I just can't remember. And I don't know if this has a magneto or not. Probably does. So, yeah. We got these back. Yes. So yeah, just the timeline of the day was getting pushed back as far as how much time we had to do what, and it just seemed to be the best choice. Like the best choice would be to just take the weekend, and we'll worry about it next weekend or whatever. Oh, that's what caused mine to sputter and do what you're talking about. Okay, the magneto, is that what you're saying? Let me see, that was from Jay. Yeah, see? And that's why it's not, I thought the fuel system is completely gone through. The carburetor is completely gone through. I've adjusted there's a chopper out there. I've adjusted the fuel air all over the place and cannot find a sweet spot. So, being that it didn't run for like 2 years, it could be that. Now, on yours, where is your magneto? I mean, is it on the right side, left side, underneath the cover? Just because I can't find anything on these tank scooters. It's a GY6 moped, which is very common apparently, but I still just cannot find anything on it. God, that has to be one low helicopter. Hold on a second. I get so nervous. God, that is so low. I get so nervous from like airplanes like that because you just don't know what the world's up to. God, that's low. Alright, sorry. Just me going off on my own tangent. It's me, the FBI. It's funny. Joshua says, I live right next to the airport. Are you talking about the St. Cloud airport or the Minneapolis airport? Oh, yeah. So, it's a work in progress. I mean, I figured it out. I've put roughly $250 into this bad boy. And it's running and driving, and now just needs to be tweaked a little bit. So, yeah. Oh, a small town in Michigan? Okay. The Chester question, I don't know if it was on, what live stream it was on, or if I suppose you guys can't see that necessarily, but I explained the whole Chester deal a couple live streams ago, and it's kind of a long story, but I guess if I can sum it up for you, when I bought the house, I had Chester up here, and one thing to remember is Chester's been an outside dog his whole entire life, and when we first moved up here, that was the honest goal, was like, hey, I want to have Chester up here, that'd be fun. So we had him up here, and long story short, he's been an outside dog, and people for whatever reason, like, get all huffy puffy about that, but it's weird how indoor dogs will pass away when they're 10 years old, but our dogs live till they're 12 to 14, you know. But regardless, it just wasn't enough area of yard and everything for him, and it just didn't work out very well. And that's kind of the short story of it. What's going on, Hard Knocks? It's around the coil. Okay, I'll have to find it. I figure it has to be something with the spark plug, which would be the magneto, sending it spark or whatever. Like, it's sporadic. So maybe there's a little bit of rust on there or something like that. But you know, I thought for sure I'd get pulled over on this thing because it's relatively loud and it's 30-something degrees out and I'm riding a moped outside. But I've driven past like quite a few cops today and they just look at you. And you know, when I went to the gas station to get my coffee, there was two cops in a SUV, and I just parked right next to them. They don't care. Yeah, I have weekends off, which is like the greatest thing ever, to have weekends off. Oh, so I'm just trying to pick up some of this mess. I have somebody that's kind of interested in the adventure trailer, and they might want to come take a look at it tomorrow. So I'd like to clean it up. Well, it's clean, but clean up around it so that if they want it, they can take it. That is, if they show up. Who knows? Who knows? But howdy from Wisconsin. What's going on, Andrew? Oh man. So I am just cleaning a little bit because the garage it's looking okay. It's still a disaster zone like always, but you know, you have 3-4 projects going at the same time and stuff just gets wild. You know how it goes. So as long as next couple weeks things will get figured out. If I still have the adventure trailer, the camper will go up deer hunting and then it will stay up there, and then the adventure trailer can get parked outside. And I got it. I see an adventure trailer. If you take it apart, make it a small trailer and put your deer in it and put your kayak and canoe. I thought about, you know, taking it apart like I made that video about, but it just seems like so much work. It seems like a ton of work, and you know, I'd rather just, I mean, it worked good. I used it to bring my fence down to my dad's. I had to cut the fence up in little small pieces. I made a video about it, and it worked awesome for that. So I mean, I guess it's not doing me any harm, but I made the kayak sits in the bed of the truck, you know, sticks in there really good. I made the hitch thing for the canoe, welded one of those. So really this doesn't have, like, you know, if I got a deer, I just throw it in the bed of the truck. Like, it doesn't pay for me to pull up a small trailer just for a deer all the way up that far. It's just not really worth the effort and the time. So we'll see what happens with it. I haven't had a lot of luck. I dropped the price to $500, and I got like 2 or 3 more responses on it, but out of the 3 people, like 1 person was actually serious about it. The other ones were like, I'm interested in this item, and then you message them and they just like never respond. I don't know if they just, I don't know. And I'm up like all the time, so it's not like I wait 12 hours to answer these people. Like, I am up from 10, 11 in the morning. Today I was up at 8, and I don't go to bed till 4 in the morning. Then I wake up at 10 or 11. So I am up for like many wake hours compared to most people. So I don't get it. Most of the time he'll message me and I'll wake up. Type in scooter magneto problems on Google. This should help you know what I'm referring to. Thanks. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. Unfortunately, my phone's being used right now. Do you bow hunt or just gun hunt? I just gun hunt. All my friends bow hunt, but I just gun hunt because I honestly, I don't know, just kind of, I like gun hunting, I guess. Just don't have any close places to bow. That's the sucky part. Gun hunting's nice because you can go up there and it's like, you have range, you have all sorts of stuff like that, but then bow hunting you don't have range and you have to be really close, stuff like that. Just, you know, a lot of the guys that work bow hunt and they come in telling me stories about how they seen this beautiful deer, but it was at, you know, however far, 100 yards or whatever, and it's just a little too far and they didn't want to risk, you know, making a bad shot and a really beautiful deer and yada yada. Oh, I got a whole bucket of kitty litter here that should be dumped over here. The scooter's pretty heavy. Yeah, and the exhaust still leaks, but I was on eBay and I ordered a new, there's like a felt gasket that goes in the exhaust. I ordered that and then 2 new screws, but I tightened up the screws on the exhaust. They just needed a little bit of tightening and it helped a tiny bit, so I'm hoping it's just the gasket, but there is what looks to be they bumped into something and dented the exhaust and might have tweaked the flange on the end. That could be an issue. Hi Brantley. And then Connor says duck hunting is fun because there is almost always more action. Yes, there's always more action, and I think duck hunting or bird hunting is a little more of an active sport. Like, you're doing stuff. You just walk out to your deer stand and sit there for hours. But like duck hunting, you can move, you can make noise, you can have a conversation. And that's a lot more fun than not doing anything, I guess. Like, duck hunting is kind of like a team sport, if you will, and deer hunting is like a alone in the woods, in the middle of nowhere sport. So, I don't know. I like both, but I would much rather duck hunt than deer hunt, that's for sure. What I come from. Sam's at the, what concert is that going on tonight in Minnesota? Alan Jackson concert, I think. I think it's Alan Jackson. So she's having a fun night hanging out with her dad at the country concert. Ugh. Oh. I'll have to fix the magneto. Here's that needle. When I took apart the carburetor the first time, well, just the top of it, I was putting it all back together and I bent the needle. I think I told you guys that. Yeah, that needle's pretty bent, huh? That's bad. You have to paddle and decoys. Yes, but it is still a lot more fun, I think, than deer hunting. Deer hunting is cold and miserable, and you have to walk so far. Ugh. It's just a lot of work. Okay, let's see. This side is the drive belt. So I'm imagining that this side will be magneto. It sounds like a word they'd use in like The Simpsons. Magneto. Yeah, this is the side. So what do we got? We got 1, 2. Is that it? Just 2 little like 8mm bolts. I think I'm gonna dig into this here. Whoa! I live in the same town Alan Jackson is from, and I've met him a few times. That's pretty cool. somebody that a lot of people look up to, but just see him in their like nonchalant world. That's cool. All right, we're gonna get into this. So, one of the benefits to Sam being gone tonight is I can use her side of the garage for working on my project. There we go. Okay, so we need what I thought was like an 8 mil. Is this an 8 mil? 9 mil. No, it's not a 9 millimeter. Oh yeah, that was a 9. Here's 8. Ooh, solid. That was a good guess. We're gonna take out this cover. We're gonna look at this flywheel and hopefully magneto thing on here. And we're gonna find out if it has a little bit of rust or something on it. So we can get this puppy running better. It seems it's so sporadic. That's what drives me nuts. Is if it was a constant like top speed, that's one thing. But the fact is, it'll almost die going at a slow speed and then speed right up and pan out nice and good, and then the next run it'll go awesome at a slow speed, and then at a high speed it'll sit there and cut out. It's like, I don't get it. It's not if it's cold, if it's hot, it's just a random deal. It's annoying. Just tie down there. Okay. We'll just see if it's peeking behind this little cover here. Surprised that there's only 2 bolts in this cover. Oh, come on now. Let's see what is behind the cover. Like I said, it shouldn't be a fuel because it has brand new gas and stuff like that, so it shouldn't be. Is there another one hiding here? Shouldn't be fuel, it should just be something. Oh Lord. This goes way back in there. Wait, I think, oh, there's a screw. Need a Phillips screwdriver. What do we got? Please. Phillips screwdriver. To the rescue. This one will do, I reckon. So, yeah, I know this isn't like the most interesting video you guys have ever watched, but it might keep you entertained for a minute. Go. No. Oh. So I think later I had my dinner, but it didn't turn out very good because I went to make corn and we didn't buy regular corn. We accidentally bought cream corn, and I didn't realize that till today. And then, yeah, this is my dealio here. It's all electronic, but let's see here, there's actually quite a big gap in here. Doesn't even look adjustable though. Is it, yeah, there's a little bit of gunk on there. All sorts of gunk on there. I don't know if that would fix it. I mean, it's just like a rubberized gunky chunk. Yeah, there could be a spring back there. We'll mess with the magneto, we'll take out the spark plug, check the gap. We'll just do a couple little dealios here and see what it is. Sure, we'll track it down. just trying to find a little piece of sandpaper or something close to it, or like a paper towel, I guess. Here's a paper towel, just to kind of clean off whatever's on there. I got some rubbing alcohol, so whatever that gunky mess is on there, hopefully we can deal with that a little bit. That buddy here works pretty good to heat it up a little bit in here. Normally I have like a fan, a little black fan. You guys might have seen it before, but I normally have that going too, but I figured it'd be a little bit loud in here, so I didn't want it. It was a little dirty, had some sort of like a goopy gunk on there. Looks a lot better now. And now, this one doesn't look adjustable, but I can see here, there's, well, let me take off this deal here and just try to take a peek. I think it's going to be like a 6 mil or something. It looks pretty small for bolts. Not a 6 mil, maybe it could be an 8, but I'll try 7. That's too small to be an 8. That angle too, which doesn't make it any better. Oh, maybe we can just try to see. Let's try this again. That didn't seem to help it very much. Oh, ever thought about putting a small wood burner stove in the garage? I did think about it, but with a little bit of research, homeowner's insurance is a little wild here with that. We can hit on there. Homeowner's insurance, they can quit your claim if they come view your house and it has a wood burner in it. So I opted to not do anything that would ruin that because yeah, I guess they have like some sort of grandfather rule. Like, you know, if your house was built at such and such a time or before a certain year, you know, then you're grandfathered in like a lot of things. But this house was built in '98 and I don't think that it got grandfathered in. So take out this little plastic wheel. What's going on here? explains it. Oh. I was really hoping that I could just get the, holy crap, these are tight. It's plastic too. That one's not so tight. Oh, this one's really on there. I was really hoping I'd get the carb on here and stuff and it would run like flawlessly. Holy crap. But, you know, nothing ever seems to be that easy. Not for me, at least. Oh, come on. What in the world? Camera at the top. Oh. There it went. Nothing's ever easy. I just don't know what it could be. Brand new carb. You know, it's making its own power enough for lights and stuff, and it's not flickering or anything wild, so it's like, I just don't quite understand where the issue lies here. I mean, this thing is a little dirty, but clean that up real good. Get these off a little easier now. We'll take this out. Maybe it has a. Oh, I got a message. Maybe it has a bad. There we go. Maybe it has like a bad magneto deal here. Ouch. Someone really texted me. Let's see here. And it seems to rev up fine. It's just when you put it under a load, that's when the issue arises. Someone said, oh, it idles so high. Yeah, because when it idles low, it dies. It make me think it could be some sort of a fuel issue, but I don't know. I'll have to re-look into it. I mean, everything was plug and play, so, okay, take this out, okay, the wire looks good, the magneto looks fine, behind it looks fine. Maybe I clean up this little part of it. Doesn't look super adjustable, like, you know, regular small motor adjustments, but when you're up here and just see, there's some dirt on there. I'll give my little. I got a block here of sandpaper. Oh. Sandpaper block go. We'll just kind of touch it a couple times with the sandpaper block. listen to a baseball game. It's hockey. Shows how much I was listening. Socket go. That's all. Yeah, it is hockey. Go on here. Come on now. I checked the air filter, that's good. Or it looks decent, you know, not soaked or anything, and oil or whatever. After this, we'll take the plug out and we'll see how the plug's doing. We can give it a feel to see if it's just something simple. No, not good. Make sure she don't hit. Looks good. And then I'm going to take a rag here. I'm just going to clean up this whole deal because I don't know, you know, if it gets a little bit of energy from the rest of that wheel, and then when it hits the magnet is when it sparks or whatever. So if I can just clean it up, you know, it could be something. Not getting a super solid spark out of her or whatever. It's a little dusty. Doesn't hit nothing, so okay. So there is that. Now where is that plug? I have nothing here somewhere. How did I do that? Alright, now we'll put on our fin again. Put that back on there. And once we get the fin on there, we'll get her all kind of buttoned back up here. Oops. I don't think this is directional, like, you know, it has to go on a certain way or anything. What's going on with this one here? It's threaded in there good. Feels like it's not. It'll feel good and snug. And we'll get this cover put back on. And go from there. Boom, boom, boom. And it's cold outside, right? It's cold out, and I thought, well, maybe it's just because it's so cold. Well, no, because I rode it for a long, long time, and like I said, I rode it for hours today. And even when it was at, you know, maximum operating temperature after cooling on it for a while, it still was not running very good. know what on earth it could be. Figure it out though, hopefully. I'm sure if somebody like small engine wise or whatever knew, you know, like I've rebuilt small engines before, but just diagnosing stuff that really sucks. And I'm not around small engines a lot, you know. Not anymore. Growing up I was, but no I'm not. There we go. Wires all tucked in. Okay, that's good. And I'll check the oil here just to make sure that it's not low, and you know, as it's bouncing around, the low oil is popping on and off or whatever. There's kind of a little trick here. If you put in fresh oil in something, it's almost clear, and it can be hard to know where your line is on your dipstick if it's dark colored. But if you put it on a rag and then just turn it, you'll be able to see how much oil is in it using the rag as your, almost like a white piece of paper. Okay, so the magneto's done. Clips look good. I just have to get at the spark plug, which happens to be right here. So maybe I can just take apart all this plastic again. Yeah, probably be the best way. Should have done this while it was off already. I don't think I can access it from the top. Let me check. It's looking like I was wondering where this went. It is right in here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the whole dealio off. That way I can look at those fuel lines as well. I need a 10 mil. Off, especially when you don't have any screws on there. It comes off. There we go. Now you have a full view of what's going on in here. Okay, so the spark plug is right here. I can imagine that it's going to be like a smaller size than it probably normally would be, so I'll just start with like a 9/16. That's hiding in here. Where are you hiding? Could be something as simple as a ground. I just have to go, there it is. Just have to go over every little detail here and see. We'll check the gap. We'll inspect that boot that the spark plug will go in. Where are you? There you are. Smaller than that? No way is it that small, but oh. It's bigger than that. Try 5/8. 5/8 is a normal size. Okay, so spark plug was tight in there. Get with my fingies. Use the socket again. Okay, here's the plug. Actually looks decent. Okay, you're gonna tell me this. I thought that there's normally a little metal nipple on the bottom of this. Right here, isn't there supposed to be a little metal nipple? That's just the threaded end. Blue, yellow, white. Here's the other end. This end actually looks halfway decent. The top part of it's nice and brown. Screwed into the top still. That's what I thought. I just tried to get it and I couldn't get it. No, it's not in the top. That might be my problem right there. As I drive, that little wire bounces around, and if this doesn't have a little metal nipple on it, that could be my problem. What do you guys think? I don't carry spark plugs. What's the gap? Let me grab my gap checker here. Where I come from. Where did I put that thing? Oh. It'll take me a minute to find it. I got one somewhere around here though. Wonder if Walmart carries spark plugs. That's probably the only thing open. Where on earth? I seriously just seen it. Maybe it's on the shelf over there. I just seen it today somewhere. Where is my stuff? Don't you just love it? Alright, 1 second. Let me wipe it off. It has oil on it. Ugh. Oh, that was annoying, but I found it. Okay, the gap. My bucket chair here. Alright. Ooh, it's not much. It's 020. 020, that's where it sits, just right at the very beginning. Doesn't look to be a bad gap though. You know what I mean? 020. I want to say when I did the spark plugs in my Tahoe, they were like 040. Yeah, I mean, it goes from 020 almost to 023. but it's really not that bad of a gap. And it really does, try to get it to focus here, maybe you can see it. I mean, it really does look like it's burning good. This is a NGK C7 HSA. So, I mean, just a tiny little bugger too. Let me go see if let me go see what the ice auger has in it. That's a small motor like this. Maybe from the weed clipper. Let's see, this one here, this is a Champion, so that ain't gonna work. But, it's a Champion. So let me see if I can rob the little metal nipple off of it and put it on here and see if that fixes the issue. Unless their thread styles are different. Chainsaw, yeah. Let me try this ice auger, and if this don't work, I'll try the weed whipper. See if I can get the metal nipple off. Let me just grab the whole plug out of this thing, and then we'll look and see if the lengths look similar. One's a Champion, one's an NGK. Champion, I think, is just as good. Different size socket though. Bigger socket already, so it probably won't do it. And this is just a little motor though. Holy moly, that's a way bigger socket. It's like a standard size. 3/4. I think that's what the standard sizes are. That's amazing. I have to do a Wally World trip tonight. Doesn't sound fun. Wally World sucks that night. Oh yeah, this is a completely different style. Yeah, this is a completely different style here. So this is ice auger next to. Was it crimped down on the threaded part when you took it off? No, it has just a standard deal in it, like just a standard boot. Yeah, 020 is what I meant. Let me try the weed whip that's sitting right here. The wire. It has a boot, so it's just a standard size boot. This one looks more promising. Same size socket as the scooter. Sucky part is these run 2-stroke, and this is a 4-stroke, but we'll see. I'm spinning it now. Oh man. Oh, look at the oil. Yuck. And this is different as well. This is way different. In fact, the nipple is longer. What was this? Was the boot crimped down on the spark plug? If you mean crimped down as was it gripping the top, it was, but it felt loose. I'm a little bit unsure if that's what you're meaning. Excuse me. Like, it's a standard boot, and when I looked inside for what would be the nipple, all that was in there was the two, there's like the two little teeth that will grab right on this ring. That's all that's in there. So, just, this is way bigger. I'll see if it'll just clip to this. And it won't, because it's too long, it's too short. But yeah, there's no cap in there. It's just the two horizontal clips that would clip to the ridge of the spark plug. So this very well could be our problem. The only other thing I have is my beloved Ryobi leaf blower. Very beloved. I can just look at it and tell that spark plug's gonna be wrong because it's too big. So we will have to see if this is the issue. Let me just double check my fuel lines here. They're flowing downward, the fuel line is. Everything is tight. I think I have a slight vacuum leak due to probably a mixture of the exhaust and the clamp around the air filter is a little stripped out, so you can tighten it. If you tighten it too much, it'll clip. It'll reset itself. Otherwise, spark plug wire looks to be in decent condition. So I reckon this could very well be the problem, being that it was sporadic. Maybe it's just a little bit of vibration in there that's causing it. What color is the spark? Okay, well, we can test that. We can definitely test that. Spark is blue. Spark looks to be blue. Blue tinged white. So it seems to have a consistent spark. Tick, 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 but I'm imagining that this could very well be the issue, because it happens when it's under load, like with me sitting on it. If I have it up on the stand, it revs up nice and good. So under load, which would mean with me sitting on it, going over bumps, that little wire could be moving. And this definitely would get a nipple because it's threaded. Why else would it be? Because I know the type you're thinking about on like old school lawnmowers, where it's just the wire with the metal clip that would clip on there. I know that there's that kind, and then there's these newer modern kind, if you will. Does it look like there's any burn marks on the tip? No, it doesn't. It looks really good. I know this won't focus very good, but it looks really good. No burn marks on it, which is surprising. It could not be this problem, possibly. It doesn't hurt to change the spark plug, so, what do you think? Start here, work our way there. It could be the exhaust leak. You think it's this? You think it's the cap? I'm not right. I'm going off of what you said. Okay, well that's good. I'll have to, I don't even know, I'll have to run to Wally World. Hopefully they carry this. Like you said, part of it could definitely be tuning, but it's really hard to tune something when it's sputtering because maybe this is the issue. So maybe my tuning is off because I'm just trying to tune it blind due to the fact that it's misfiring because of this. But one thing I will say that would make me think it's this is it wasn't like it was bogging down. I could feel it as though it's a misfire when you're driving a vehicle. So, you know, you can feel it shudder and kind of throw you forward because it's just sputtering, it's dying. So it could be the fact that I'm getting a little bit of sputtering from this, and then it's causing me to mess up my tuning on it. And when this sputters out, it floods out because it's not burning that fuel, and I'm getting excess fuel. I'm gonna have to go get a new spark plug. How long has this been going? An hour? Yeah. So thanks a lot, Jay. You know, I just have to. I'm gonna run to Wally World, I reckon, and I'm gonna see if I can get myself a plug, an NGK plug, and then we'll have to give that a go. And if that's not it, well, we're one step closer, and then we'll have fuel. We'll have, you know what, I should take that clamp off too and see if Wally World has one of those. Because I know they carry some hose clamps, so if I can get, yeah, let me take that hose clamp off as well. Then we can kill two birds with one stone. And it could very well be that this thing is just messed up. You know, it could very well be that something is just more wrong than I think that it is. But it seems like this thing is so simple to me as far as how it works that it should not be this difficult to figure it out. So, here's the clamp. Come off there, please. Got a little bit more, I reckon. Now we got a new carburetor, so we know that's good. We got new fuel and fuel vacuum pump, so we know that's good. The lines are new. The filter is new. The vacuum line from here to there is new. We know it's getting gas. So it can only be you know, they need air, gas, and an ignition source. So we have gas. If I get this, it might work better with air as far as vacuum goes. And then we have ignition. And then if it's not that, we'll just keep digging. But this is like, yeah, it's a little stripped out in here. So we'll see if we can go get one of these. It's a 44 millimeter, which means, being that this is from China, it's a 33 to 44 mil, which means that millimeter, it's more than likely original. Looks original, so yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this up so I can run to Walmart and try to get back here at a decent time and try to get this running and seeing if it's any better. And then from there I'll have to make an update and let you guys know what's going on. But I appreciate everybody tuning in and keeping me company since I'm kind of, I guess you'd say, a little alone due to the fact that Sam's gone. But we're going to figure this out. So, alright. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for all the help, Jay. I shouldn't call you Jay. It's Jay Schumard, I imagine. But thanks a lot. Talk to you guys later.